on my day-to-day job, I work on the embedded controller for ChromeOS, and sometimes work expand beyond the embedded controller. So this week I had to do some feature on the keyboard driver that run on the other side of the EC in the Linux image that we have on Chromebooks. And so when you work on kernel stuff on Chromebooks, normally you would be recompiling the kernel every time and flashing it on the device, and then you have to reboot it, and then the kernel crashes, so you have to go back to a stable image, flash it again. It's a fairly slow development cycle. So what I've been doing is we have the protocol for the communication between the EC and Linux is in Axiom Zephyr. It lives in subsys management EC host command, EC host CMD. And the other part is in the mainline Linux kernel. It's been there forever. So I have been using the Axiom EC host CMD subsystem to put together. I just put together a small sample with just the stub command that are required for the Linux side of the story to load and work and send keyboard events, which is what I was working on. And then on the other side, instead of flashing this on a real device, I have a plain kernel, and I can compile it locally now, and then I can run it on QEMU. And we have transport for the host command via USB. So the Zephyr board runs the host command via USB. On my computer, I have a USB pass-through to QEMU. So I can build a kernel and run it on QEMU. It loads in second, and I can test my change very quickly. So I have a very fast iteration cycle. Why this is interesting, so it's called EC host CMD, but there's nothing specific about embedded controllers. You could really use it for any... It's really a generic RPC schema for calling command on a microcontroller from a host. And we already have a library for using that in the kernel in Linux. And there is a library that is being worked on for the USB part in user space as well. So I'm putting together a sample, and I'm aiming to upstream it, because this could be useful for other applications as well. In fact, we use it beyond the embedded controller. It's the whole USB stuff is being developed for something else. So I think it could be useful. It's a nice framework. It's a nice RPC schema. It works on USB and SPI.